We got Sugar Ray Leonard sitting with us right now. Mr. Leonard, have a seat. You don't need to worry about the headset.
Okay, good. I like that.
Sugar Ray Leonard, the Sugar Ray Leonard, joins us right now. Thanks for taking some time with us. I've had you on my show before, and we've had a chance to talk. Actually, when your book came out, but what do you think of this big fight, Canelo versus Jacobs? I mean, I've heard them compare, to these big fights to you and Tommy Hearns and stuff, But where does it fit in your opinion?
I think everyone's excited about it. The anticipation is phenomenal. There's so much talk about this particular fight. The fight's going to be a success. Who will win? You know what? It depends on who starts off first and maintains and controls the tempo of the fight. Boxing journalship is a fight that the fight fans anticipate and looking forward to.
It's a nice way of putting it. I think.
How would you say it?
No. I wouldn't have said it any different. But I mean, let me rephrase. Back in the day, like when you fought, you had other dance partners that you were able to, make these mega fights. It seems today, like the fights were made, they had to be made. Today, it seems like they have to be promoted to be made. Does it make any sense?
No, I know what you're saying, or trying to say. It's, back in the day, they were contenders. If you're number one contender, number two contender, more than likely you'll get a title shot. I don't know how things are scripted here, but this fight in particular, Canelo and Jacobs, that's up there. That's a big fight.
It's a tough fight for Canelo.
For both guys.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But I mean, Canelo, he's facing a bigger guy, a real legitimate middleweight.
A big guy.
And like I was just talking with Oscar, one of the weaknesses that I've noticed with Canelo for a couple of years now that he hasn't overcome, something that all great fighters, and yourself, of course, was one of the ones that did it the best, you're able to land a significant punch on the move where it hurts your opponent, but you're still moving. Canelo has a tendency to not be able to do that. He has to plant his feet and be right in front of his opponent to work the body or whatever. Danny Jacobs is going to be moving around the ring. I think it's going to be really important that Canelo can, land a solid punch while he's moving.
Well, it's going to be a challenging fight for both guys. First of all, there's mutual respect. No question about there's mutual respect, as there should be. Both guys carry knockout power in both hands. It's just a matter of styles make fights, I feel, and it's just a matter of who gets into play and throws the right combinations. You will see a lot of. I would assume we'll see a lot of body shots.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Canelo wants to land the body. I mean, he wants to work that body.
Yes.
But Danny Jacobs knows that, so he's going to be moving around. Is Canelo going to be chasing him around the ring? That's So in order for Canelo to be effective working the body, he's got to be able to land some shots on the move to get Danny Jacobs to not just move.
Well, Jacobs, just big heart. He's smart. Canelo, big heart. I mean, they fit so well together. This is the perfect matchup between two guys who you really can't say who's going to win. You have your favorite, but you wouldn't bet your house.
No, right? I'm with you 100%.
You won't bet your house.
No, this is no layup fight.
Joke.
No, it's a true 50-50 fight. One thing that's real important, of course, is the zone and that whole platform. Now, when you fought Marvin Hagler, that was on closed circuit, if I recall. Now, in your opinion, how much has this changed? I mean, it didn't seem that long ago that you fought, 30-some years, but it seems like yesterday. I'm an old man,
You just reminded me 30 years ago.
Exactly. And it doesn't seem it,
I I never thought myself to be that old.
Well, you don't look
But
it.
30. Oh yeah, but 30 some years ago.
No, I know. So, like, would you ever have fathomed that we would go from somebody going to see a fight in a theater, and like paying for a ticket, to pay-per-view in your living room, to streaming, for $20 a month?
Oh, it's amazing. It's great for the fight fans. The Zone is an incredible platform. This is what the boxers need. They need that platform, and that's why a lot of fighters are not. They're great fighters, but they don't have that household name because they don't get the visibility, the television. Like back in the day, from NBC, ABC, CBS, HBO, ESPN, they don't really have that.
Well, like Dak says on the show all the time, is that boxing is global, and the Zone is bringing it to your living room. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
yes,
that's important. And I think you just said something that's really important. I think it's good for not only for the fans but for the fighters.
Without question, because a lot of them. What's that now?
Especially the in other countries, they appreciate the journeyman more than they do here in this country.
Yeah.
And like especially like places like England. And now these journeymen who are out there fighting more fights for a lower pay. Now that they become more marketable because they become a global fan base.
Well put. They become more marketable because they don't normally get that exposure, that TV exposure.
One other thing, and I know he's signaling to me. You're a busy man, but you mentioned about years ago. Is that safe? Years ago?
Really?
A few years ago, just like a couple of years back. You used to climb the ladder. You fight the contender, and I say that all the time. A number 5 guy fights a number 3 guy. He earns his shot. So when he makes it to number 1, he fights for the title. Today, it seems like a lot of fighters are more conscious of keeping their O intact, and their level of competition doesn't help them grow as a fighter. If you constantly fight lower opposition, you're not getting better yourself. Do you think that that's risky for these fighters not to be challenged earlier on so that they can have a chance to get better?
It's risky from the start, but when they don't step it up, or raise the bar a couple times, periodically, they don't learn as fast. They don't gain that valuable experience of knowing what to do in a certain position.
Yeah, it's not like I think that they should be in knockout, drag-out, killer fights every time.
Yeah.
But they need to, increase their level of opposition a little bit so they get better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're fighting, not so great fighters, and then all of a sudden they're in, with a Canelo.
There's a ton of natural ability. I've seen some of the young fighters with so much, but they got to move up.
Well, the natural ability, isn't that risky to assume that like we were talking about fighters earlier that use like a hitch, like Leo Santa Cruz, he does this with the glove, right? And by the time he lands a punch, he's got to be in position to land it. Well, if a young fighter is not giving it his all because of the level of opposition, is he really learning? That's my point,
But again, the fighters with this natural talent, whether it's speed, you can't teach speed. They will bloom. For the most part, they will grow.
So do you think it's better to keep it safe for them?
Well, there's also a method. It's a method to how you train and raise a fighter and move them up. But you have a lot of great trainers too. But boxing is okay.
I love it, and I've always been a big fan of yours. Thank you very much for joining us, my man.
Thank you so much.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Hall of Famer, one of my favorite fighters, and he's still a man. Look how young he looks. Look how young he. I have a picture of him on my wall in Buffalo. Hey, you did an event in Buffalo. I have a picture of you, and I have a picture of you with that, and I swear to God, you look the same.
Where,
you look the same.
Where?
Yeah. In Buffalo, Baby Joe Macy
Somebody
card.
said something about him about a month or so ago. They were talking about, they said, unless you're Sugar Ray, who never ages. I forget.
He doesn't.
Who said that. It was not a PBC card. Unless you're Sugar Ray, you never
It was at the college.
They're gonna be in the house right there.
A lot happening with Sugar Ray Leonard.
When I'm fighting,
Just
I
joining us here. Listen, we're going to take a